Hello, Adonim Shel HaTalmud, Masters of Talmud. I would like to give you a little introduction about the Talmud, and I will focus on first telling you a couple important and unique facts about the Talmud, and next we will focus on the format of the page and also talk about how the printed editions of the Talmud has evolved gradually over time. Now, I will first do a little PowerPoint. 1 second. So first, I would like to tell you a couple important and unique features of the Talmud. The Talmud is the longest book in the world at over 2.5 million words and 6,200 pages. The second biggest book in the world is only almost 1 million words. The format of the page has evolved many times throughout history, since it was first put into writing at around 500 to 800 CE. Each format of the Talmud is usually named after the place where it was first printed or the printer, meaning that, for example, you have an edition of the Talmud called the Munich edition, and it is called the Munich edition because it was first printed in a town in Germany called Munich. The format is constantly evolving because each edition seeks to include the intellectual contributions of each generation. The format that is most commonly used now and the format that we will use is called the Vilna edition. This is the most commonly used edition, and it was printed in 1835. Now, the reason why the format is constantly changing and they're constantly adding more commentaries to it is because each generation contributes by adding new or different interpretations of the verses of the Mishnah and the Talmud. Each commentary and notes that eventually appear on the page is a reflection of our constantly evolving understanding and the results of the greatest scholars of each generation. These notes and commentaries, they are from the 900s to the 1800s, and some editions include even modern day notes and commentaries. What is the value of each generation's contribution to Talmudic learning and oral Torah in each generation? Meaning, why is it these new commentaries are constantly being added? Why should they have a right to be on the page of the Talmud? Why is each generation's contribution worthy to make it onto the page of the Talmud? And I think the answer to this is halacha kebatrai, which means in Aramaic, the law follows the later opinions. There is this principle in Jewish law that we say the law follows the latest understandings of the ideas that we see in the Torah. Okay, next I want to show you a couple examples of the Talmuds which I have at home. So here is a normal standard size one. This is the kind that a person would normally be learning out of. Now, again, because it is so large, in order to fit it all on a page, so that you are able to read it, so the print will not be overly hard to read, it has to appear on a large book. Now, I also have this little mini desk edition of it. And the advantage of this is that, you know, you like see it is much smaller. You're able to carry it around easily, and I use it when I just want to look up a couple lines. But if I'm really planning on learning anything, then you would want a much larger edition, because you see how the pages, how the writing on it is very small. Next, I want to talk about the format of the page. So you always have Talmud in the center, and then you have commentaries on the outside, and even more modern day commentaries and notes even further out. Now, something interesting about Talmud is you'll never see a number on it. So, but a number is indicated by the Hebrew letters, which either appear on the left corner or the right corner. So, for example, here it says Mem Aleph. Now you also see one dot. So where you are seeing one dot, so that means that it is side one. So it is called Mem Aleph Amud Aleph, or in English it would be called 41a. And the opposite side, it says Mem Aleph, and you see two dots, and that is called Mem Aleph Amud Bet. So again, if you see one dot, that indicates so that indicates Amud Aleph. Where you see two dots, that indicates Amud Bet. Now, each page, like the whole page, is called a daf. Now, each side of it is called an amud. So you always have the Amud Aleph and the Amud Bet. So earlier I said how you have the Talmud in the middle, but we also said how the Talmud is actually a commentary on the Mishnah. So the Mishnah also appears in the Talmud, meaning how it works is you'll first see a Mishnah appearing, and afterwards you will see the Talmud explaining the Mishnah. Now, how you know that you are about to be reading a Mishnah is you'll always see in bold Mem Taf Nun Yud. So you see the Mishnah, and you know the Mishnah ends where you are seeing in bold Gimel Mem. And after you are seeing Gimel Mem, then you have all Talmud until again you see in bold Mem Taf Nun Yud. Okay, I hope that you learned a lot. Good luck working on your projects. Go Adonim Shel HaTalmud, masters of Talmud.